I don't know what to do. I think he's just. I have an exam tomorrow, just and like freaking out. We broke up, and I'm pretty sure she was talking shit about me. I ought to get a don't want to do from my bed today. But they make fun of me. I wish I could go back in time and change things. And yeah, that's what I would do. Just don't quote me on that.
I'm still in Japan. It's week 3 of our trip, but I'm so sad because this is the last week of our trip, which means that on Friday, I'm heading back to freaking USA, which is just gonna absolutely suck. But anyways, welcome to this week's episode. We are now in Osaka. Last week we were in Takayama, Kanazawa, and Kyoto. This week we're in Osaka. We got here today. We literally just arrived like super early. Our rooms weren't gonna be ready until like 4 p.m. So we walked around the city. We went shopping for a little bit. My mom and my sister went to go get their nails done at 2 p.m. And then I went to go get my nails done at 7 p.m. Literally the longest nails of my entire life. I spent 3.5 hours at the salon, but they were so worth it. Like, I would not take it back for anything. Look at my nails. Look, appreciate. Oh, hold on. My boyfriend's calling. Good morning. So sorry about that. It's the next day. I literally picked up the phone and we just stayed talking for a couple of hours. And then I had to do some work, but it's the next day. We're going to go to Universal Studios here in Osaka. And I know that you guys are probably like, okay, but you live in Miami. You can go to Universal in Orlando. No, it's not the same thing because here they have the Super Mario Bros. World. Okay. So that's the plan for today. That's what we're doing today. So we're going to go to the parks and these is, oh, I already showed you guys what my nails turned out like. I'm running late. Per usual, I woke up super early this morning to upload and edit last week's vlog. By the time you guys see this, it's gonna be last week's vlog. But, oh, hi, mommy, good morning. Buenos dias, que bonita. We're gonna go to the parks. I get it, but the fact that they can actually... I woke up super late this morning, didn't even have time to do my makeup. I did it on the train. We just took a 3-hour train on our way to Naoshima, which is this small island, and it's an art island, so it's apparently full of museums, art pieces. So that's what we're gonna see today. Today's our last day in Japan. I'm very excited to go see the island, but I'm very sad that we're leaving tomorrow. So that's what we're doing. Look at my makeup. I literally did it on the train. They were looking at me like I was crazy. This is what I'm wearing. And we're trying to figure out, I think, the ferry or like the little boat that you take to get to the island, because we just took like a couple of trains to get here. I don't know where we are exactly. Anyways. Colombia is playing right now in the semifinals for Copa America against Uruguay, and I am freaking out because I don't have Wi-Fi to watch the game, so I'm just looking at the score online y necesito que gane Colombia. ¡Vamos, Colombia! We just got back to the hotel. We went to go get dinner. It was our last dinner of the trip, so of course we had to go get sushi. It was a really, really good place, and now we're on a rush. We're gonna go because it's like 11 p.m. right now. What? Maybe ¿qué horas son? Okay, yeah, it is 11 p.m. right now, and my sister and I are gonna go to Don Quixote. Don Quixote is this like, I don't know, like it would be like a huge Walmart, but like better than Walmart and bigger than Walmart, but it has absolutely everything, like from skincare, makeup to like food, clothes, tools to fix your bathroom. I don't know, like it literally has absolutely everything, and we've been dying to go. We already went once, but we did like a super mini shopping spree, but now my sister and I are gonna go. My parents are not coming, which means that we can actually just go crazy. And that's why we're gonna run right now, because we don't want to go to bed too late. We leave tomorrow at 11:30, I think. We need to be out of the hotel 11:30 or something like that. So I need to pack. We need to pack. And I definitely don't want to be going to bed super late. I was so tired this morning. So we're gonna go do that, do a little shopping spree, and then come back. And tomorrow we leave. But tonight was a really good dinner. The sushi was really good. Amazing place. And the museum, oh my God. Oh, also, I forgot to mention that. The museum was probably one of the sickest museums I've ever been to, but I couldn't film a lot of it because they didn't let us take pictures or videos. So I was really upset about that because I really wanted to show you guys and like Roberto, my boyfriend, like I wanted to show like everybody and post them on my story too and things like that, but they didn't let you take videos. But it was insane. Like not only there were like art pieces there, but the museum itself was an art piece. Like the architect, insane. You guys have to go if you get the chance to at some point. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna go. Shopping spree. Let's go. I look so rough right now. Ignore my face. Let's go. This is so sad. Our Japan trip is over. I'm back home. I'm back in Miami, which is very exciting because I love being back home. I love Miami, but I loved Japan. Like, I really want to go back right now. Send me back. I had so much fun there. This is going to be such an exciting week, though, because my boyfriend is here this weekend. I get to see him. I hadn't seen him in a month and a half. And then I start work. I start work on Monday, which is absolutely so exciting on one side, but then also super terrifying on the other, because I feel like, real life, you're an adult girl. You got to figure it out, actually not be a lazy bum and work on that. So that's like kind of what I wanted to talk about today, just feeling lost in your 20s. This episode is for Baby Steps, Big Dreams. If you're new here, we talk about 4 different categories. Baby Steps, Big Dreams is when we talk about anything that has to do with school, your career, adulting, growing up. And I feel like I reached that point where it's like, you need to grow up. And like, for real this time, like graduation was a whole scary thing because it really meant like life was starting, but there was summer, and now summer's come to an end, to like an actual end. Like, now I need to start work and I need to go to the office every single day and wake up early, and then, I don't know, be an adult, which means also going to the gym and taking care of yourself, maybe reading a book, reading the news, like I am just like scared. And I feel like a lot of us get scared in our 20s. And I've gotten, like, people have asked me to talk about this on the episode, and it's just feeling lost in your 20s, like, not knowing what to do. And I just want to tell you, like, everybody says this, but it's so true. Like, you're not the only one. Like, everybody feels goddamn lost in your 20s, unless for some magical art, you're part of that, like, 1% that already has it all figured out and maybe, I don't know, got married, has kids, and has like their own business up and running. But majority of us are starting out in our 20s and are figuring it out. And it's such a confusing and scary time. So can we all just like talk about it and feel alone together, feel lost together, and sort of like find our ways? Because I debate in my head all the time. I'm like, okay, on one side, I'm like, it's your 20s, like you're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to be going out and going to parties and traveling and not having responsibilities and like living it up, not settling down, dating around, like having so much fun. But then on the other side, it's like, you're in your 20s. You got to figure it out, because then you're going to hit your 30s. And when shit hits the fan in your 30s, then like you're said and done, So I feel like your 20s are just so confusing, because do I figure it out and like prep myself for my 30s when I'm like an actual adult? Because I feel like, hey, when you're in your 20s, I heard the saying the other day and I was like, that is so true. It's like you're being born again. So when you're 21, you're like a 1-year-old adult. And then when you're 22, you're a 2-year-old adult. Right now, I'm 20, so I'm still a newborn adult. Literally haven't even hit my first year as an adult. We're all there, like we're all in that part where it's like, I want to figure out who I am. I want to figure out my career. I want to figure out my habits and my hobbies and the things I like to do, the things I'm passionate about. But at the same time, I also just want to have fun and like keep that childhoodness that we miss alive in a way. So many of my friends and I talk about it, being in our 20s, graduating from college, finding jobs. And it's like, what am I doing? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I think we're like, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so confusing because it's like, are you supposed to have it figured out, or like, are you not supposed to have it figured out? And like, this is a time where you're figuring it out. And I guess this is like a little bit where comparison comes into play, because I do compare myself to other people, or just like not compare myself to other people, but like look at other people who are 21, 22, 23, you know, like a little bit older than me. And some of them are living their best life, having so much fun. And I'm like, okay, great. Like, same boat as you. Like, they don't know what they're doing. They're also lost. They're also trying to figuring it out, switching jobs, switching careers. I don't know, switching up their hobbies and the things that they're passionate about. So I'm like, okay, yes, like very valid and fair example of what being in your 20s looks like. But then on the other hand, I look at people who are in their 20s, like super early 20s, and they're already settled down, married, have kids, have their businesses up and running, so figured out. And I'm like, is that the example? Like, which one is right? And I guess both of them are okay, because that's the whole point. Like, you're not supposed to compare yourself to other people, and everybody goes at their own pace and everybody figures things out when they're supposed to figure them out. But it is confusing. It is like, which boat am I on? Like, am I on the lost people boat and like I'm still trying to figure it out? Or do I want to be on that boat of like, I have it all settled down and like figured it out? And obviously I'm not talking about getting married and having kids, but that's just an example of a lot of people in their 20s who are married and have kids. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. And I feel like a lot of us don't know. And on one side, I want to sort of get it all figured out, because I don't want to be like 25 and 27 and still have doubts about where I'm going. But that's also fine if you're 25 and 27 and still don't have it figured out. So I guess there's just not a right answer, and there's not like a checklist and a plan to follow, you know, like nobody can hand you down a little script and being like, okay, step 1, you do this, step 2, step 3, step 4, like this is the course of action to take in your 20s. And these are the things that you should be doing to the T in your 20s. No, like everybody's life script is completely different. But that's, I think, the scary part, that it's like, okay, but is mine going in the right direction? Like, do I have the things that it takes? Am I going in the right direction? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I being too lazy? Am I being productive enough? Should I work harder? Should I maybe slow down? Should I have more fun? Should I be more serious? There's just so many questions in your 20s, and a lot of us feel like that. And I feel like even the people that have it all figured out probably still have questions of like, was I supposed to do it this way? You know, your 20s are such a confusing time. So this episode is really for all my people in their 20s. Let's just all be freaking confused together, because it is very confusing and very scary at the same time of not knowing where you're going or what you're doing. And I don't think, like I said, like I don't think there's like a script to follow, or like, hey, here's step by step, like a guidebook. There's not a guidebook as to how your life is going to go. Everybody's life is different. Everybody goes at a different pace. But I have always been more of like a planner myself, like always had, honestly, up until this point, I had every single little step in detail, super, uber, mega calculated of like, okay, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that, and then this is going to lead this, and then this is going to happen after that. Like had a step by step, like everything planned out to a T. And your 20s is a place where you literally cannot plan it out as much as you want to. Like, sure, you can try, but it's probably going to not go as planned as it usually happens. You can try to plan it all you want, but life is going to throw you curveballs all the time. Things are not going to go the way that you wanted them to. So one thing that I've really come to realize, I guess, and that I'm trying to do is maybe not having a plan in my 20s, like a step-by-step plan, how I usually would have, but definitely having goals, you know? Like, I definitely have, like, things that I want to accomplish in my 20s. Like, I look at the years and decades, okay? Like, 20s, 30s, 40s. So if we're talking about, like, 20s, I think the best way to go about it, and the only thing that's making me feel a little bit chill and calm, is, like, I have goals. And I know that I want to get those done before I hit 30. Like, before I start the new decade, there's a couple of things that I really want to get done. But the how I'm going to do them, like how I'm going to get there, the things that I need to do in order to get there, I have no idea. Like, I don't know. And I think that's part of the fun and excitement of like maybe not having everything so planned out, that life is going to surprise you. And by not having everything figured out, maybe you're more open to new opportunities, maybe open to pivoting to where you were going. And maybe, I don't know, life will surprise you and tell you like, hey, that's not the way you're supposed to, like, you're not going this way, you're going this way. Because I've always said this, and I tell my boyfriend this all the time because he hates the fact that I'm a planner. He's like, stop planning everything. I'm like, if you don't know what you want, then you don't know where you're going. You know, like if you don't know, hey, these are the things that I want in life, then you don't know what to do to get there, and you don't know how to get there. But something that being with him has sort of helped me to realize, and something that he's like indirectly taught me, is that it's like not having a plan to get there, but definitely having my goals of what I want to do, what I want to accomplish before turning 30, but just letting life happen and let it surprise me, just go with the flow. But like, is that it? Is that right? Like, is that what I'm supposed to be doing? Or like, should I have a step-by-step plan? Should I have like I'm doing this and I'm going to be disciplined like this? Like, obviously, I think you should have a lot of discipline in whatever it is that you're doing, which is something that right now I need to gain back, because those 3 weeks in Japan really threw me off my charts. And like right now, I just want to watch Love Island, because Love Island is going on right now, and it's such a good show, and I'm just procrastinating and not doing anything. So that makes me feel really lazy. But then at the same time, I'm like, okay, I'm in my 20s. I can just watch Love Island. But if I watch Love Island, then I'm not going to do the things that I need to do in order to accomplish those goals. Does that make sense? I think I need to go to therapy. So guys, in conclusion, if you're in your 20s, you're lost. Most of us are. And that's okay. Okay? That's okay. At least that's what I keep trying to tell myself, maybe just to feel better about myself and to convince me that it's okay. But I think it's okay to feel a little bit lost in your 20s, or to feel really lost in your 20s, to want to change things up all the time. But I do think in whatever it is that you're doing, discipline is very important. Like I said, I'm trying to gain that back, because I don't know where I'm going. I know my goals. I don't know the steps, but I do know that whatever it is that I'm doing, I need to be disciplined about it. If you want to see results, you have to be disciplined about it. And obviously, everybody has different dreams. Everybody has different goals. Whatever it is that you're doing, have so much fun doing it. Try your hardest. Obviously, never give up. Try your best. So just try to get it done. Whatever it is that your 20s you think may look like for you, whether it's being a party animal, or whether it's being in the office at your corporate job, or whether it's starting your own business, or whether it's trying out social media, or whether it's to get married and have kids, like whatever your goal is in your 20s, make that your goal. Leave the plan. Just let life surprise you, but be disciplined and focused so that you can get to that goal. That's what I'm going to do. But I don't know if those are the right steps. I don't know what your 20s really are supposed to look like. And every single person that I talk to that's in their 20s, they're like, girl, I am on the same boat as you. And I was hoping that you could tell me what to do. And I'm like, me, girl, like I'm just as lost as you. So we're all lost. Let's just all be lost together. But that's the one thing that I'm really grateful that my boyfriend has sort of like chilled me a little bit on. He's honestly amazing, but that's something that he was like, just have your goal. Like, have your goal. Don't plan it. Just have your goals. And I'm like, okay, great. I like that. Like, I really like that. Because I don't have to diminish my goals, you know? Like, I don't have to say like, oh, I'm just not going to have any goals. Like, no, have them. He's like, have your goals. But just chill. But then my argument would be like, if I chill, then I'm not going to accomplish them. I don't know. I feel like everybody in their 20s kind of goes crazy a little bit and has like a little midlife crisis. At least that's where I'm at. Maybe you already have it figured out. Good for you. I don't. So if you're on the same boat as me, that's something that I'm doing right now. And maybe you can do too. Have your goals. Be as ambitious as you want. But don't necessarily plan it out to a T, because we never know what's going to happen. And so much can happen in a decade, you know? Like,
I'm going to do this by 21 and then this by 25 and then this by 27. Like, no, just have your goals. And whenever they happen. Just before you turn 30, because that's the whole point of it. And whatever you're working on right now, like whatever's in front of your face, be determined, be super disciplined, be motivated, get it done, and you will accomplish your goals eventually. We don't know when. Don't set an age for things to happen, okay? That's what I'm doing. So on that note, I'm literally going crazy over here because I start work tomorrow. No, but seriously, I start work tomorrow. And I have so many questions about my life and about work and about my career and about my life and about where it's going to go and what's going to happen in the next 10 years. So I'm just going to have fun with it, but also not so much fun to the point where I'm not acting like an adult. Does that make sense? Wish me so much luck tomorrow at work, please. I have to wake up super early because I don't want to be late to the office. Like, imagine being late on your first day of work. I feel like that's such a me thing that I would do. And just be very late. I'm going to try not to do that. So I'm going to go to bed later. It's very early right now. But I'm going to go to bed so I can go to work tomorrow. And yeah, just DM me if you're feeling lost. Because I could really use someone to talk to who's in their 20s and also feeling very lost. So yeah, let me know. Seriously, like, I'm not kidding. Like, we can literally make a group chat and like talk about how crazy your 20s are and how we all feel lost, and so that I can know like what you guys are up to if you're in your 20s. If you're like still in high school and college, have so much fun. You don't have anything to worry about. Like, don't stress. Like, you're gonna ace that test. Like, don't worry about it. That's all you have to stress about right now. But if you already graduated from college, let's maybe be friends and talk about how whack it is, so I can know like if you're stressed, if you're not stressed, and what are you doing, and do you have a plan? Do you have goals? Like, what's up? Let me know. Anyways, I have work tomorrow. I'm going to go. I'm freaking out.